Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Russia and China and maps and an island and a phrase that I have said on this channel a few times, and how recent developments may give us some insight into how much Putin actually understands about the state of his forces. Okay, so back in February of 2022, I think, China and Russia, they talked about how they had a friendship with no limits. And I'm sure somewhere around that time, I talked about the fact that countries don't have friends. Nations don't have friends. They have interests and nothing more, because foreign policy is not about morality, ideology, any of that stuff. It is about power and nothing else. So, China released its new map, its new standard map, and this map shows China's territory. Okay? Since 1860-ish, Russia and China, they claimed this island. Now, in 2008, there was an agreement worked out, and I want to say China got the western half. Russia got the rest. Not according to the new map. According to the new map, China is saying that is their territory. They also made some additional claims that have India and Malaysia a little upset. But it's the Russian claim that I find interesting, because it'll give us a little bit of insight. Here's the thing. We know that Russia is dependent on other countries at this point. Their military is not actually a near-peer military, and it has been degraded since that assessment was made. Russia needs China, not the other way around. Russia is dependent on China militarily. India and Malaysia, I think they've already launched official protests. Now, Putin, he can complain. He really can. But he better not do it too loudly. This map that's claiming what is perceived to be Russian territory as Chinese, he can complain about it. But he can't really upset China, because without them, his military is not going to fare well. It's going to fare worse. So, based on how public his rhetoric is on this, how upset the Russian government is officially, how they talk about that territory, it gives us some insight into whether he actually understands how bad off his military is. Because there's a line of thinking that says that Putin is so insulated from reality that he actually doesn't get it. He doesn't know how bad a shape his forces are in when it comes to equipment. And he thinks that it's really just, ineffective generals. I really don't believe that. If he believes that, and he doesn't actually understand how dependent Russia has become on other countries, he may get real loud about this. If he's quiet, if it's, we'll work it out because we've been friends so long, something like that, he totally understands the situation when it comes to Russian tech. Which means he knows how bad it is, and he's known for a while. Which means all of those troops that he's sent over, he knew what was going to happen to them. He just didn't care. It's just a map. But from the Chinese perspective, oftentimes these maps reflect what they would like to control. It doesn't show like accurate control of the terrain. So those in Moscow, they'll be paying attention to that map, just like everybody else in the world was, because it's telegraphing the Chinese position. And we'll get to see how Moscow responds to it with friends like that. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.